Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. My channel is about all things beauty related, all kinds of makeup content, tutorials, reviews, demos, all things beauty. So if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. Today's video is 2 eye looks using the new Golden Hour palette by Colourpop. I love Colourpop's eyeshadow palettes. I have several tutorials on my channel using Stone Cold Fox, Bare Necessities, That's Taupe, Deja, Brew. So I will have those linked below for you to look at. But I was super excited when I came out with the Golden Hour. I purchased this palette myself. You get 16 warm tone golden eyeshadows for $24, and you can purchase this at Colourpop's website or Ulta. And I created these 2 eye looks using this palette, and we're gonna jump right into it. So the eyeshadow brushes I'll be using today are these L'Oreal makeup brushes. You can get these at Ulta, and I will have them linked below. I will also be using some What's Up Beauty brushes, some Sigma eye brushes, some Morphe Jaclyn Hill brushes, some of Colourpop's brushes. So first I want to go in with a transition shade, and a transition shade is your skin tone but slightly darker. So I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Scenic Drive. It's a really nice, pretty transition shade. I'm going to use a really fluffy brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH32. So a really fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to dip right into Scenic Drive. I'm going to load up my brush really good. I love Colourpop's eyeshadows. I think the formula is amazing for the price point. And I really wish in college I had a brand like this that I could buy eyeshadows from because they're so affordable and the quality is so good. Colourpop does not know who I am. I wish they did, but they don't. And my opinions are my own. I purchased this palette myself. So I have my brush loaded with the transition shade. I'm going to tap off the excess and I'm going to blend that right into my crease. So right away, I'm getting some pretty good color payoff. It is a really nice transition shade. It's a matte, my skin tone but better shade, and this is going to be different for everybody, but Scenic Route is a good transition shade for me. So I'm going to buff this into my crease, bring this up slightly below my brow, but I just want to add some definition and define my crease area. So a transition shade is going to add definition to your crease area, creating a slate shadow and starting to build a little bit of contour between your lower eyelid and your crease or your eye fold. All right, so next I want a smaller brush because I'm going to go deep into my crease. And I'm just going to bring the camera in a little bit more. All right, so next I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal A20 brush. It is like a painter's brush. It's flat and then blendable like that. And I want to go in with this warmer shade called Never Leaving. It's a really nice warm orange tone brown. I'm going to load up my brush, tap off the excess, and I just want to blend this right into the outer crease. So like right where my crease is, but the outer part. Definitely a warm shade, blending out nicely. And I'm just blending this into the outer upper crease, giving more definition to this outer part versus this inner part. All right, so next I'm gonna take this L'Oreal A29 brush, which is just a shorter blending brush like that. And I'm gonna go in with this warm matte shade called Views. Load up my brush, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna blend that into my outer V, which is gonna be where my iris is. So the sclera, so your pupil, iris, sclera, and it's gonna be the outside of my pupil to my outer V. This shade really caught my eye when I first opened the palette. I just thought it was such a pretty matte, warm brown shade. And so I'm gonna blend this into my outer V, keeping it low, blending it up into my crease a little bit so it's nice and well blended. And then kind of take whatever's left on my brush to blend out the edges because I want a nice outer defined warm matte brown crease, and then dragging it up into, or outer V, and then dragging it up into my crease just a touch. And I'm just gonna take that same shade Views, tap off the excess, and blend out my lower outer lash line, lower outer V area. And I really like the way this is looking. These mattes are blending out so nice. They remind me a lot of just Colourpop's formula and my other eyeshadow palettes. I have plenty of tutorials using Colourpop's eyeshadow palettes. I really like their, that's Taupe palette, Bare Necessities, and Stone Cold Fox. I have plenty of tutorials using those palettes on my channel, which I will have linked below. And so blending out the outer lower lash line. So I have this very warm, nice caramely matte eye look. So I could just keep it like this, put a little matte here in the inner part, but I want to go in with these shimmers. So this shimmer Warm Haze, it's like a gold, do you see like the green reflect in there? So pretty. This is what it looks like. My finger will pick up. Stunning. It's like a, oh, it's like red tone gold. But I'm going to apply that to my inner eyelid. Wow. Talk about a unique gold eyeshadow. It's so creamy, and do you see how nice that's going on the eye? So creamy. And it looks so nice with these warm gold shades. Do you see that? So pretty. I love it. Okay. So now I want to go in with a slightly darker gold shade. So I'm going to go in with Have Sun. This is like a nice brown gold. Looks like that. Have Sun. It's like a slight darker gold shade. I'm going to put that here on the outer part. So pretty. Now I want to go back in with the Ariel A29 brush and go back in with the shade Views, and I'm going to blend Views into those shimmers. So I'm just going to take Views and just blend it here in my outer V and drag it over. And down here in my lower lash line. Take a smaller brush and go with the shade Glimmer, which is going to be my inner corner highlight. And I'm going to highlight my inner corner with the shade Glimmer. Just like a really pretty, nice vanilla gold shade. Whew, this is gorgeous. I just kind of want to blend Glimmer up into the other shimmers, like that. So it flows. And do like a touch underneath my brow. And I just want to go back in with Scenic Route on my Ariel A20 and blend in the edges of everything. And go back in with a little bit of Never Leaving. Just blending everything together. And I really love this shade Warm Haze. So I'm going to go with a little bit more. Then, let me look at my fingers. Look how pigmented and beautiful Colourpop shadows are. I'm gonna go in with my Essence Nude Eyeliner, apply that to my bottom waterline. And I wanna dust away any fallout that fell below my cheeks. I'm gonna apply a coat of mascara. All right, so I applied false lashes and bottom lash mascara. These actually are not my favorite lashes. The bands are just like too thick. I prefer the thinner band. But this completes the first look with this palette. So far, I really like the mattes. I think they're super blendable and the shimmers are pretty. It is just like Colourpop's formula and all their other palettes, and I'm really enjoying the palette. Alright, so that completes the first look, and now we're going to jump on to the second look. So this time I'm going to just go in with a Sigma E35 blending brush, and I want to go in with the shade called Love Vibes. It looks like a really nice transition shade, a little bit similar to the other one, not as cool tone, maybe like a little bit darker, but Love Vibes on my Colourpop E35. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to blend this into my crease. This shade is slightly darker than the other shade. That's a really good transition shade because it is slightly darker than my skin tone, which is going to help add some definition and build a shadow around my crease. So I'm just blending this into my crease, bringing it slightly above into my brow. You may not have as much space from your crease to your brow, so based off of your anatomy, you do want a space between here that's going to be light, which is going to give you the highlight underneath your brow. So if you don't have as much space there, keep the eyeshadow low in your crease. So I really like this shade. It looks like the other shade, but just like slightly darker, warm, and it's blending out really nice. And I am just blending out my crease, keeping the darkest part of the pigment of the shadow right here in my eye fold, and then letting that shade fade up into my brow. This might be a really nice everyday crease shade. My new everyday crease shade. So now I kind of feel like I want to do like a halo look. So this is just an e.l.f. blending eye brush. It is Dome like that, a really small blending brush. I'm gonna take the shade Dreaming. It has some slight glitter in it. It's like a matte with some shimmer. If you can see that. So take Daydreaming. It's very warm. Tap off the excess. And I'm gonna blend this into my outer crease. It's like a really orange red tone brown with some glitter in it. So this is really warming up my eye look, adding some red tones in there. It's blending out very nice. The glitter isn't quite picking up though on my eyelid. I don't think, oh yeah, I guess I see it a little bit. But it's not as glittery as some would suspect. But you can definitely see the glitter in the palette. And then I'm gonna take that same shade, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna blend it in my inner crease, keeping a little space right here where my tear duct is, because you don't want to totally close off your eye. We'll be adding some highlight there later. And the garbage truck is outside, that's probably what you're hearing. But I am going to, so I'm blending these into my outer and lower V, and it looks so pretty. I love the specks of glitter. I love how nice this shade's blending out. And I'm building that halo, so the lightest part is gonna be right where my pupil is. And this is all gonna be light, and this is gonna be dark and dark. I'm actually gonna take that shade and I'm gonna touch it up here into my crease, keeping it above, allowing this to still be the lightest, just so they can touch a little bit here in the crease. And so it's a more blended look. So pretty. And as always, Colourpop shades blend like a dream. So next, I think I'm gonna keep this look pretty simple. I don't want it to be too super smoky. So next, I'm just gonna go with the shade LA Sunset. It's like an orange tone gold shade. Look how pretty. So stunning. And I'm gonna apply that to the center of my eyelid, right here. Oh my, so pretty. So we have this very orange gold eye look. A little bit of red tone in there. And I'm bringing it up pretty high into my crease. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that e.l.f. brush and just kind of blend the edges together. The shade Honey Dip on a different finger, and this is going to be the center of the attention on top of the gold shimmer, so that way I get a very vibrant highlight here. Oh yes, see that? I'm just going to blend them together like that. Going back in with LA Sunset, and I'm just going to tap it here on the side. And then LA Sunset on this side as well. So pretty, and I'm going to go back in with this e.l.f. brush and just tap them in. Super simple halo eye look. Now with this e.l.f. brush, I want to take the shade Dreaming again, which is that red tone shade with the glitter. And I want to apply that down here into my lower outer V. And my inner corner. I'm going to take a small highlighting brush. I'm going to take the shade Honey Dipped, which is the lighter shimmer shade. And I'm going to tap that right underneath my pupil. Right there. Now I'll take the shade Glimmer for an inner corner highlight, which is what we used on the other eye. And I apply that inner corner highlight. Keeping it pretty small and just right here. I don't want to ruin the darker halo. I'm going to apply some Nude Essence eyeliner to my bottom waterline. And apply some mascara. Alright guys, false lashes are on, and bottom lash mascara and eyeliner, and that completes the second look. So side by side we have the first look, which is more of a yellow gold warm eye look, and then we have the second, which is more orange and red tone warm gold eye look. And so far I really like this palette. A lot of people have not been talking about this new neutral palette, the Golden Hour. So pretty. A lot of these crease shades are really nice for every day. Some gorgeous champagne shimmers, and then lots of warm tones. So that completes this tutorial of 2 eye looks using the new Colourpop Golden Hour palette. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in my next video.